According to Japanese rankings, Giratina VStar will be a Tier 1 deck alongside Palkia VStar and Mew VMAX. With Giratina, lists are currently only playing a 2-2 line with 2 Ordinary Rod and 2 Hisuian Heavy Ball. Personally, I feel more comfortable with a 3-3 line, but that's mostly because TCG Live does everything it can to screw me over. As you can tell by the list, the deck is designed for a quick start while also building up your Lost Zone to effectively use Giratina VStar. Let's kick things off with that Giratina. The basic V's first attack lets you choose 2 cards from the top 4 in your deck and put them in the Lost Zone. And the second attack is a nice 160 that goes through effects like Miltank's Miracle Body. The V-Star meanwhile is definitely the heavy hitter. Lost Impact does 280 damage for 3 energy, easily one-shotting Arceus and Palkia V-Star. Slap a Choice Belt on it and Mew VMAX is KO'd as well. The obvious drawback is that you have to put 2 energy from your Pokemon into the Lost Zone, so resource management is definitely key. If you do manage to get 10 cards into the Lost Zone, then Giratina's V-Star power instantly KOs your opponent's active for 2 energy. Used correctly, Giratina will be a major threat in Standard. But how do you get energy on Giratina? That's where Mirage Gate comes in. If you have 7 cards in the Lost Zone, Mirage Gate allows you to attach 2 basic energy of different types to your Pokemon in any way you like. Giratina uses Grass and Psychic Energy for its attack, so the card's perfectly made for it. Mirage Gate's also an item, so you could potentially have a turn where you put 8 energy into play if you find all 4 of them. Next, you're probably wondering how to get cards in your Lost Zone. That's what Comfey and Colress's experiment are for. Colress lets you look at the top 5 cards of your deck. You put 3 of them into your hand and the other 2 into the Lost Zone. Comfey, meanwhile, has an ability that lets you look at the top 2 cards of your deck. You put 1 into your hand and the other into the Lost Zone. As I mentioned, this deck can be quite destructive, so knowing your card counts is going to be key. But that's why you play things like Battle VIP Pass and Crobat V to ensure the best turn 1 possible, so what's left in your deck are cards you don't mind losing. A couple other new cards featured in the deck are Cramorant and the Dustbuster. Lost Sweeper forces you to put a card from your hand into the Lost Zone, then you can put any tool card or stadium card into the Lost Zone. Cramorant, meanwhile, does 110 damage for free, assuming you have 4 cards in the Lost Zone. It's just a nice backup attacker that can deal with low HP Pokemon like Lunatone. Another really interesting option for this deck is Sableye. For a single Psychic Energy, if you have 10 cards in the Lost Zone, you can put 12 damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon in any way you like. It could be a great addition if you ever find yourself missing KOs on VMAXs, or if low HP decks suddenly begin to get better. I'll be testing out Giratina VStar as soon as it launches in Lost Origin, which should be available digitally on Tuesday, September 6th if they keep the typical release schedule. If you have a different version of Giratina you plan on using, let everyone know in the comments.